Furness.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I want to start by commending the Honourable Member for Wirral West for securing today's important debate. The UK workforce is facing a multitude of present and future challenges. A recent report found that almost 80% of businesses are seeing reduced output, profitability of growth due to the ongoing skills shortage. To help plug this gap, everyone must have the opportunity to upskill for the jobs of the future. The scale of this challenge is huge, with the CBI finding that 9 in 10 people will need to reskill this decade alone. That is why having a thriving further education sector is so vital to overcome those hurdles. Colleges have been helping people of all ages upskill for decades. The stark figures I have just mentioned should be enough for anyone to see the need for investment. However, that is a far cry from the reality faced by this sector, which has withstood cut after cut at the hands of this government. Between 2010 and 2020, spending per student aged 16 to 18 fell by 14%, and the impacts of these cuts are clear to see. The number of adults participating in some forms of learning has collapsed to only 1 in 3, the lowest level for 22 years. This government has brought about a lost decade in adult education, just when the investment was so critical to meet the challenges of the future. Ministers may overlook this harsh truth and instead focus on extra funding announced in the 2019 and 2021 spending reviews, but our colleges can still feel the full brunt of their cuts. Even with this extra funding, spending per college student will remain 5% below 2010 levels. For school sixth forms, the situation is even worse. Their spending per pupil will remain a staggering 22% lower than 2010. To make matters worse, in the midst of a cost of living crisis, there was not a single penny of extra funding for further education in last year's autumn statement. That is despite huge pressures on colleges and sixth forms budgets, including sky-high inflation and energy bill rises. This government was truly committed to the levelling up areas like Sheffield. They would be investing in the vital work of our colleges and sixth forms. I have seen the fantastic work firsthand. In my constituency of Sheffield, Brightside and Hillsborough, we are lucky to be home to the Sheffield College and Longley Park Sixth Form College. Both are run by hundreds of dedicated staff who go above and beyond to support students and prepare them for their working world. Anybody who sees their work in action would be left in no doubt that every penny invested in further education is money well spent. And I use the word investment here because that is what it truly is. Money put into further education is an investment that pays for itself many times over. Mr Deputy Speaker, I am proud to fly the flag for our further education sector. It has sadly borne the brunt of this government's cuts, but it has also shown itself to be resilient and will continue to benefit us all directly and indirectly. As we begin to face up to the full scale of the skill shortage and with future technologies including AI starting to have an impact, our further education system stands ready to help us embark on this new chapter.